Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You're all the reasons why this keeps going. Join the Legion today at patreon.com/63rdlegion for free and help decide next week's new character. Joining my paid tiers allows you early access to my content, a shout out in my videos, homebrew D&D items for your games, and a chance to play some D&D in the Patreon community. We now have a Discord. It's just getting started, but we have some future plans coming, like events for Discord members and Patreon members. Time to return to the World Tournament for another Street Fighter. It's Ibuki. Born in a quiet little Japanese village, for as long as Ibuki can remember, she has been trained in the arts of the ninja. And while she is fully immersed in her training, Ibuki doesn't actually care about any of it. Secretly, she dreams of a normal life, but that was never in the cards for her. While some would believe this would lead her to lack any skills as a warrior, Ibuki is a powerful combatant. She is a true master of stealth and wields her kunai with great accuracy, as well as mastery of explosives, making her deadly in short-range combat. Of course, it's her close-range combat that you should fear. Mastering her inner energy, Ibuki can charge her melee attacks, granting them devastating power and sending her enemies flying. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook. We're using standard point array to keep things simple, and while we are multi-classing, they use the same stat minimum, so this should be easier. Make Wisdom 15, Dex 14, Con 13, Intelligence 12, Strength 10, and we're going to be dumping Charisma with an 8. I don't want to, but we need to dump something. Sadly, we will not be able to fix this. Ibuki is a human. Resourceful allows you to give yourself an inspiration dice whenever you finish a long rest and don't already have one. Skillful grants you a free skill, take Acrobatics. Versatile gives you a free origin feat for this feat. Tavern Brawler makes your unarmed strikes 1d4 bludgeoning damage, and you can reroll damage dice of 1. You also gain proficiency and improvised weapons, and finally, when you hit a creature with an unarmed strike, once per turn you push them back by 5 feet after you deal damage. To finish out your lineage, you know the language common and 2 more of your choice. For background, place +2 into Dex and +1 into Wisdom. For your origin feat, Magic Initiate grants you 2 cantrips and 1 first level spell from the Cleric, Druid, or Wizard spell list. When you do so, you choose a spellcasting stat, choose Wisdom. You'll also be able to cast the first level spell without a spell slot once per long rest. For this, hit the Druid spell list. Produce Flame ignites a kunai for 10 minutes that sheds bright light within 20 feet and dim light out to an additional 20 feet. While the spell is active, you can throw the flaming kunai out to 60 feet and deal 1d8 fire damage on a hit. Thunderclap lets you slam the ground with such power you force a con save on everyone within 5 feet of you, dealing 1d6 thunder damage on a failure. Thunder Wave lets you throw an explosive kunai in front of you that explodes into a 15-foot cube, forcing a con save on everyone within the cube and dealing 2d8 thunder damage on a failure and pushing them back 10 feet from you. When you cast this spell, you can upcast this at higher levels to deal more d8s and thunder damage. For your skills, grab Perception and Insight. To finish out your background, take Proficiency in Alchemist's Kit to craft some needed items for your missions like Acid, Alchemist Fire, and Smoke Bombs. Level 1 Rangers start things off with 3 skills. Grab Athletics, Stealth, and Animal Handling. You're proficient in all weapons, light and medium armor, shields, and the saving throw strength and dex. Weapon Mastery allows you to use a weapons mastery property. When you finish a long rest, you choose 2 weapons you are proficient with, and now you can use those weapons mastery property. You only ever use kunai, but I'm also assuming you are trained in ninjato blades. So let's choose daggers and short swords. Daggers give you nick, which allow you to make 2 attacks with 2 light weapons with the same attack action once per turn without using your bonus action. Short swords give you Vex, which gives you advantage on an attack against a creature you've hit with this weapon before the end of your next turn. Spellcasting gives you more spells to use in combat. When you finish a long rest, you can prepare a total number of spells as shown on the Ranger's sheet. Before we get to those spells, Favorite Enemy gives you a free spell, Hunter's Mark, and you can cast this without a spell slot a number of times indicated on your Ranger sheet, starting out at 2 times. Hunter's Mark lets you mark an enemy within 90 feet of you with a bonus action. For the next hour while you maintain this spell, you will deal an extra 1d6 force damage to the marked creature, and you will have advantage on survival and perception checks to find the marked creature. If they hit 0 HP before the spell ends, you can use your bonus action to move the mark to another creature within 90 feet. For your spells, Longstrider gives you a boost to speed for 1 hour, adding 10 feet to your total movement. Hail of Thorns causes your kunai to explode after you hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack. Using your bonus action after you hit them with your kunai, you force a dex save on the creature and every creature within 5 feet of the first attack, dealing 1d10 piercing damage. Level 1 monks have unarmored defense. Now when not wearing armor, your AC is 10 plus your dex modifier plus your wisdom modifier. Martial arts improves your unarmed strikes and attacks with simple melee weapons and martial weapons with the light property, when you're not wearing armor or using a shield. Now your unarmed strikes and attacks made with simple or light martial weapons can be dex based for attack and damage. They will use martial arts dice for damage, which is starting out at a d6, and you can make a bonus unarmed strike with a bonus action. Now when you attempt to shove or grapple with an unarmed strike, you also will use your dex for the DC. Level 2 Rangers gain a fighting style feat. For this feat, thrown weapon fighting adds +2 to your thrown weapons damage. Deft Explorer grants you expertise in one skill, which doubles the skill's proficiency bonus. Place this into stealth. You also learn 2 more languages. For your new spell, Jump gives you a 30-foot jump distance by moving 10 feet for 1 minute. Level 2 monks receive unarmored movement. This increases your speed when not wearing armor or using a shield, now adding 10 feet to your total movement. Monk's focus grants you focus points equal to your monk level. You use these focus points to perform special actions, and you regain all used points at the end of a short or long rest. For these special actions, Flurry of Blows costs 1 focus point and allows you to make 2 unarmed strikes with a bonus action. Patient Defense turns Disengage into a bonus action, and now you can spend 1 focus point to use both Disengage and Dodge as the same bonus action. Step of the Wind turns Dash into a bonus action, and now you can spend 1 key point to use both Disengage and Dash with the same bonus action and double your jump distance. Uncanny Metabolism lets you regain all used focus points when you roll initiative and regain HP equal to your martial arts dice plus your monk level. You can do this once per long rest. Level 3 monks now have access to their subclass. Open Hand from the player's handbook is going to make your punches really hurt. Open Hand technique improves your Flurry of Blows. Now when you hit a creature with your Flurry of Blows, you can impose 1 of 3 effects. For these effects, you can stop them from making attacks of opportunity until the start of its next turn, you can force a strength save, and if they fail, they are pushed back 15 feet, or you force a dex save and knock them prone if they fail. Deflect Attack allows you to use your reaction when you take damage from an attack that deals slashing, piercing, or bludgeoning damage. When you do this, you reduce the damage by 1d10 plus your monk level plus dex modifier. If you reduce the damage to 0, you can spend 1 focus point to redirect the attack at a creature within a certain distance that you can see. 5 feet if the original attack was a melee, 60 feet if it was a ranged attack. Targeting this creature, you force a dex save, and if they fail, they take damage equal to 2 rolls of your martial arts dice plus your dex modifier. You've hit character level 5, bring your proficiency bonus up to +3. Produce Flame and Thunderclap now deal 2 damage dice each. Level 4 monks earn our first ability score improvement, Bring Up Dex for more attack, damage, AC, and stealth. Slow Fall reduces falling damage you take with a reaction by 5 times your monk level. Level 5 monks gain extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. Stunning Strike lets you stun your enemies. Now when you hit a creature with a melee attack, you can spend 1 focus point to force a con save. If they pass the save, their speed is halved until the start of your next turn, and the next attack against them is at advantage. But if they fail, they are stunned until the start of your next turn. A stunned creature automatically fails strength and dex saves. All attacks against them are at advantage. They can't speak, have disadvantage on initiative rolls, can't maintain spells, and can't take actions, bonus actions, or reactions. Finally, your martial arts dice is now a d8. Level 6 monks received Empowered Strikes. Your unarmed strikes can now deal force damage instead of bludgeoning damage. Wholeness of Body allows you to heal yourself. With a bonus action, you can roll a martial arts dice and add your wisdom modifier, regaining HP equal to the total. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier between long rests. Finally, your unarmored movement is now 15 feet. Level 3 Rangers get their subclass. Hunter in the player's handbook increases your combat skills. Hunter's lore lets you know immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities of the creature that is marked with your Hunter's mark. Hunter's Prey lets you choose one of two features when you finish a short or long rest. For these features, Colossus Slayer lets you deal an extra 1d8 damage once per turn when you hit an enemy below its maximum HP. Hordebreaker lets you hit another creature within 5 feet of the first target once per turn if you haven't attacked that creature before. For your new spell, Fog Cloud unleashes a 20-foot radius smoke cloud up to 120 feet from you, heavily obscuring the area. You can maintain this spell for up to 1 hour, but you'll probably just use this to escape. You've reached character level 9, bring your proficiency bonus up to +4. Level 4 Rangers earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Dex. For your new spell, Ensnaring Strike lets you capture a creature you hit with your weapon. After hitting a creature with a weapon attack, using your bonus action, you force a strength save. If they fail, they are restrained. A restrained creature has its speed reduced to 0, has all attacks against them at advantage, all of their attacks are at disadvantage, and they have disadvantage on all dex saves. For 1 minute while you maintain this spell, this creature is restrained, and they take 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each of their turns. To escape the restraints, they or another creature must use their action to make an athletics check against your spell DC. Level 5 Rangers can now cast Hunter's Mark 3 times without a spell slot per long rest. You also receive second level spells. For your new spell, Pass Without Trace adds +10 to your stealth checks and the stealth checks of anyone of your choice within 30 feet of you for 1 hour while you maintain the spell. This spell also allows you to leave no tracks as you move, but the people you grant this bonus to have to stay within 30 feet of you. You're now character level 11, Produce Flame and Thunderclap now deal 3 damage dice each. Level 6 Rangers gain Roving. When not wearing heavy armor, your speed is increased by 10 feet. You also now have a climbing and swimming speed. Level 7 Hunter Rangers learn Defensive Tactics. At the end of a short or long rest, you choose one of 2 features to use. For these features, Escape the Horde makes all attacks of opportunity against you at disadvantage. Multi-Attack Defense forces a creature that hits you to have all other attacks against you be at disadvantage on the turn they hit you. For your new spell, take what you want. You've hit character level 13, bring your proficiency bonus up to +5. Level 8 Rangers earn another ability score improvement, start raising wisdom for more AC. Level 9 Rangers now have expertise in 2 skills, place this into acrobatics and athletics. You also now have 3rd level spells. For your new spells, Conjure Barrage unleashes a barrage of kunai. You can now throw a kunai and unleash a 60-foot cone filled with more kunai, forcing a dex save on everyone within the cone, causing 5d8 force damage on a failure. Non-detection hides you from divination magic or from magical spying sensors for 8 hours. Level 7 Monks receive Evasion. Your dex saves are now improved. You take no damage on a successful dex save and half on a failure when you aren't incapacitated. Level 8 Monks earn our final ability score improvement, Cap Off Wisdom. You've hit character level 17, max out your proficiency bonus at +6. Produce Flame and Thunderclap now deal 4 damage dice each. Level 9 Monks gain Acrobatic Movement. Now when not wearing armor or using a shield, you can move up vertical surfaces and across liquids. You do not stick to the surface, so if you stop, you go down, which is good that you have a swimming and climbing speed if you do. Level 10 Monks now have Heightened Focus. This improves all features from Monk Focus. Flurry of Blows now makes 3 unarmed strikes with a single bonus action for 1 focus point. When you use Patient Defense, this now grants you temporary HP equal to 2 rolls of your martial arts dice. Step of the Wind now lets you pull a willing creature within 5 feet of you with you when you move. Self-Restoration lets you end a condition on yourself at the end of your turn. This condition can be Charmed, Frightened, or Poison. Finally, your unarmored movement is now plus 20 feet. Our final level is level 11 monks, and open hand monks now have fleet step. Now when you use your bonus action for anything other than Step of the Wind, you can immediately use Step of the Wind after the bonus action. Finally, to end it all out, your martial arts dice are now a D10. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 10, Dex 20, Con 13, Intelligence 12, Wisdom 20, Charisma 8. Your total class levels are Ranger 9, Monk 11. Let's dive in. You are a Ninja Master. Your stealth is plus 17 and you can bring that up to plus 27. You can also unleash a smoke cloud to cover your escape. You are hidden from all divination spells. Your speed is 60 feet. You can bring that to 70 feet. You can dash with a bonus action. You have a climbing speed and swimming speed equal to your walking speed, and you can run across any surfaces, including liquid. You're also ready for the World Tournament. Your unarmed strikes deal 1d10 plus 5 force damage. You can attack up to 5 times, can knock enemies prone, stun them, and send them flying backwards. With Kunai, you're dealing 1d10 plus 7, and you can throw up to 2 at a time. Wrap enemies up, throw a single explosive one that deals 4d8 fire damage, throw one at the ground that explodes and pushes enemies back and deals 2d8 thunder damage, or unleash a whole barrage dealing 5d8 force damage. Finally, your AC is 20, you can heal yourself and give yourself temporary HP equal to 2d10. Downside: your charisma stat is complete garbage. All social interactions will be hard for you, and any charisma save is more likely to bomb. Your total health taking the average is just over 130, so thankfully your AC is great and you can give yourself temporary HP. Finally, you're limited on range options, with your longest range ability being 60 feet, but that's easily fixed because you can just grab a bow or something or just run at them at blinding speed. Time to find a normal life after being sidetracked with saving the world. Maybe you should just stay a ninja. I'd like to give a special shout out to my Artificer tier. Thank you John Martin, Christopher R. Hunter, Java Squirrel, Matthew Denz, and Jonathan Haynes. You guys rock. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon, where you can help decide next week's new character.